We begin the day optimistically, and at the end of the day, we may feel a little bit deflated or defeated, but every day we walk out and say, tomorrow is going to be the day.
Well, crews continue to search for Hannah Graham. Tonight, there are new details about the man charged in her disappearance and a 5-year-old murder case. The new developments are connected to the Morgan Harrington case.
The Virginia Tech student disappeared in 2009 after attending a concert in Charlottesville. And now we have learned that Jesse Matthew, the prime suspect in Hannah Graham's disappearance, was a cab driver in that college town back in 2009. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Jeff Goldberg explains how a new discovery could play a big role in both cases. Jeff, tell us about it.
Well, Leon, a major clue is authorities recently discovered Jesse Matthews' taxi cab outside of town. No word on what was found inside or where the cab is at the moment. Charlottesville police, in fact, not saying anything about the case today. Meanwhile, search crews are 99% done searching a targeted area north and west of town, but still nothing.
After 27 days of searching for Hannah Graham, there are no big breaks, but there is also no quit.
I would say every day, the motivation, we believe that every day is the day. Optimism.
Meanwhile, new information further ties Jesse Matthew, the suspect in the Hannah Graham case, to the disappearance and death of Morgan Harrington, who went missing after a Metallica concert in Charlottesville in 2009.
I do know that he was out working
That night.
Mark
Brown, who owns Yellow Cab in Charlottesville, says many of his drivers who knew Matthew at the time have recently reached out to authorities.
We've probably had 20 drivers that came forward and provided information to the police concerning him, his vehicle.
In 2009, Matthew was working for Access Taxi, which is now out of business. But just 2 weeks ago, authorities recovered his cab on a farm outside of town. Matthew, who drove for Yellow Cab before Brown owned the company, is often described by other drivers as odd.
Just that he was, perhaps not a fully functioning adult.
Virginia State Police have confirmed a forensic link between Matthew and Harrington, but Matthew has not been charged in the crime. And defense attorney Scott Goodman says investigators are still probably a long way from bringing any charges.
In a case like this, it's going to be very, very difficult to solve it without a confession, without some type of incriminatory statement from the defendant.
And we did reach out to Jesse Matthews' attorney today, but never heard back. Meanwhile, the leader of the search team in the search for Hannah Graham says crews will now employ a shift in strategy. He would not elaborate, only saying they will be using new strategies and very likely in new locations. Live in Charlottesville, Jeff Goldberg, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Now, this weekend, other cities from around Virginia, including Hampton, will be sending resources to Charlottesville to assist local crews there in the search for Hannah Graham. And, of course, we'll continue to follow all developments out of Charlottesville in the search for Hannah and any new connections between Jesse Matthew and the Morgan Harrington murder case that may come up. So stay with ABC 7 News and WJLA.com for updates throughout the weekend. Allison.
Well, turning to